Wanted to come back and get into the 5 new pieces of info that tie into the past, very accurate info, with this former oil company, major oil company CEO, the former director of operations for Atlantic Richfield, Ken Fromm, his other big source, died. This guy, again, he's talked about both of them in his book written 20-something years ago. This other guy's even more high-powered, and I was asking Lindsey what else he wanted to cover, and he wanted to basically warn me during the break. So I like all this to be out in the public here. And I am aware that we're starting to really reach more people. Tell folks what this high-powered elitist and his wife told you, and then let's get into a boil-down of some of the key points you're going to be covering, Lindsey.
Well, Alex, you're making an impact. I mean, you're making an impact to the point that they're beginning to sit up and take notice of what you're doing. You know, I've been on the firing line now for 35 years, and 2 different times I've been threatened. One time with my life, and another time my family was threatened. And then, of course, I had to back off on a few things. Well, I didn't back off on telling all the things I've been given. But you, Alex Jones, and InfoWars, oh, my goodness. You know, sometimes a person's wife will say things that the man won't say. And as a result, I've been getting some communiques here lately about some things that you definitely are doing. Now, there are some other big names out there also that have been there for a long time, but you've stepped up to the plate now to the point that they're beginning to take notice of what Alex Jones is doing. And, folks, I want you to know out there, and Alex listening audience right now, I'm getting from the elite the fact that Alex Jones is making an impact, and they're beginning to watch him real close, as they've been doing me for many years, and such people as Rush and Sean and a few others. But now Alex Jones has stepped up to the plate, and Alex, you are getting major attention. Now, folks, there's one thing you must watch. You probably noticed that gasoline has gone up 6 cents a gallon in the past week's time. Watch crude oil prices, and you will know the progression of the elite. I can't stress enough. You must hear some of the things that I've been hearing lately, and that is the elite are right on time with their timeline. The new Congress has not changed their timeline. They do not have any intentions in changing it. The end of 2012 is their timeline, and I can't stress enough to watch the crude oil prices, and you will know the progression of the elite's program. This is what was told to me back 2 years ago. I gave it on Alex Jones' show. I said that crude oil prices would stay somewhere around $70 to $80 a barrel for 2.5 years, folks. It's not that Lindsey Williams is a prophet. It's just that I have been talking with the elite because of their respect for me of giving 3 years of my life to be their chaplain on the Trans-Alaska Oil Pipeline. Now, you must watch what they're saying. Crude oil prices is the key to noticing. It just started up back about 2 months ago. 6 cents in 1 week's time. And you, every person out there in Alex Jones' show, listening audience, you can watch the price of crude oil. This doesn't take even going to the computer for. Just watch it at the local gas station. And this is the sign that Mr. Fromm gave to me that you will know the progression of what they're doing. Now, last weekend, my wife, my son, and I went to the grocery store. Oh, my goodness. You bound to know what's happening there.
And again, you predicted through them, Lindsey, all of this. You said 2.5 years ago, now 3 years ago, when oil was at 60, it's going to go to 150. It did. Then when it was at the peak, you said now it's going down to below 60, probably 40. Went below 40. Then you said now it's going to run up to 70 for the next 2.5 years. But then when it starts up, look out. Everybody go out, have a good time now, enjoy your trips, your rides, because when it starts going up and this is what the former head of operations, Atlantic Richfield, and the other guy, even higher level, were telling you. Please continue.
Yes, you are going to see $150 to $200 a barrel. They want it to go to $200. You're going to see at least $150 a barrel at the gas pump if they have their way within the next 6 to 9 months. Crude oil prices, you're going to see gasoline at the gas pump go up to $3 to $4 a gallon. Now, this is going to show up, and it's already beginning to show up at the grocery store. Last weekend, the family and I went to the grocery store. I try to keep stocked up at least 6 months to a year on certain things, and I noticed that my bathroom tissue was down a little ways. That's something you better have. It's kind of hard to use the old Sears Roebuck catalog. They don't have them anymore. And I noticed that bathroom tissue, now, a very well-known brand, I won't name it, had gone up $3 in 1 week. It went from $6 to $9 for the big pack of bathroom tissue in 1 week. Now, it is not that the bathroom tissue went up in price. The bathroom tissue did not increase in price at all. Folks, are you hearing this?
Real interest rates, not the fake ones they have on the news, are skyrocketing right now.
Yes, the bathroom tissue did not go up in price. The dollar decreased in purchasing value, and that's exactly what Mr. Fromm told me back 2 years ago. I came on Alex Jones' show and said it. He said you're going to be so poor in 2 years you won't be able to do anything about it. You are seeing massive inflation now.
All right, Lindsey, stay there. Let's talk about the newest communiques from Mr. L. We'll leave it at that. Stay with us. Long segment coming up. We'll be right back. 10 years on my show or more, but last 2.5 he's saying, watch China, watch China. We're being sold out to them. They're the rising power. This is the takeover. And certainly there it is. I mean, they have planned this whole thing, the deindustrialization, Walmart getting the exclusive deals, the slave labor, to shut down U.S. factories and business, consolidate power. Now Walmart admits they're under Homeland Security. They're putting in the telescreen saying, watch your neighbor. They've got the forced inoculation plans that we've seen bits and pieces of under the Model States Health Emergency Powers Act for Walmarts to be forced inoculation centers and Walmart distribution centers to be FEMA command bases. I mean, these are cold-blooded folks. This is all using economy and business to destroy the free market, to build it up, to consolidate, to knock their competition out, and then shut off the free market. And it is just unspeakably wicked. Then they will convert to the, quote, green economy that's actually a neo-feudalistic prison city economy. And I showed you the British government-funded, London Guardian-sponsored cartoons last week that are shown to children in England and now in the U.S. where they said, it's wonderful. You only get meat once a year. You're only allowed to travel by bicycle unless you get a travel permit. Everything you do is surveilled. You live in these giant high-tech cities, but those that don't are allowed to go to ghettos. Oh, it's too bad my sister's in that ghetto. And it looks like it's a dystopic nightmare, but they're saying it's good. And they mean it to be dystopic. But then they dress it as it's good so that you're shocked and then just go, well, I guess I'm acclimated. This is psychological warfare. All right, I'm sorry. Let's go back to Lindsey Williams. Lindsey, please continue. I want to get more to China later, but the latest communiques, the stuff that he has told you, and how that ties in with what Ken Fromm was telling you on his deathbed, and then integrating that in with your statement to me off air that this other oil company executive, even more high-powered, who you've been interviewing and talking to for years, now he's really spilling his guts to you because we're getting so close to it. And the fact that he, quote, he comes from a little different perspective or angle. Quantify that. You've got the floor.
There positively is a group of people on the face of the earth who control the world. Folks, I beg of you, listen to everything Alex Jones says. He's been trying to tell you this for years, and I verify everything he said there. And it's by the providence of God. I must give him the glory, Alex. Please, bear with me a second. I got to give God the glory for all of these things that I have been allowed to know over the years. And it's by the providence of God that I had the privilege of having the confidence of some of these people, two different ones especially, and as a result, I'm able to tell you what I'm telling you today. Now, qualify, yes. The other individual who has been willing to give me information, I guess sometimes families are pretty close, and oftentimes you get more from wives than you do from their husbands. And some of them are very concerned. You'd be surprised about what even they are doing.
Oh, most of them are running the third world redoubts.
To give me some things. Now, please, notice the expression, and then I got to qualify it. No shortage on the grocery store shelves. You're finally beginning to see this. I know. A lot of you have been saying, oh, we're going to have a shortage of food and food and food. No. You remember that I was told a year and a half ago there'll be no shortage on the grocery store shelves, but you will go hungry. Why? Because you won't be able to buy it. Now, listen to these things. You can see them for yourself. Number one, listen to the grocery store shelves and the prices as they go up. And secondly, listen at the gas pump. Please. Listen to that gas pump next time you fill up your vehicle. It went up 6 cents in 1 week. Gas did not go up. Did you catch that? Gas did not go up. the purchasing power of the dollar went down, and they're still giving OPEC $50 a barrel in purchasing power because the dollar is deteriorating, and that's exactly what this head of state of China has said to us. Well, he let the cat out of the bag. He said the dollar is going to be not the world currency anymore. And you're hearing it. Again, listen to gold and silver prices. Folks, if there's any way, there's some buzzwords you've got to listen to. The national liberal media is our mouthpiece. Hollywood is their perversion. And then there's Alex Jones out there who is telling everything exactly what they're doing, along with some of the other talk show hosts now beginning to say things that I said 20 years ago. They're finally beginning to come around and say it. Listen to my elitist friends. I beg of you. You know, there are very few people on the face of the earth who, by the providence of God, have been given the privilege of knowing some of these people as personally as I have over these 35 years. Please listen to my elitist friends and what they're saying, because they're telling you 1 and 2 and 3 years in advance everything that they're going to do. And Alex is bold enough to allow me to come on his program and tell you, you have to listen to the 3 hours of information that I just recorded on 2 CDs. Please do. And by the way, Alex, I am increasing it 1. You remember last time I was on your program, I said you must do 12 things immediately.
Yes.
I'm increasing that to 13. You must do 13 things. I have had to add this last one. Here it is. You positively must take care of the physical needs of your household. From what I've been given by my elitist friend just in the past week or two, I've added this one. You've got to find a way to take care of yourself medically in your home. And this is the first time I've ever given this on the Alex Jones Show today. Listen to the voices of the elite, and you will know why you positively must begin to take care of your own house.
Well, Lindsey, this is sounding, let me stop you for a minute because I want you to go on. This is sounding, you know, I ran into a lady who, well, I'm not going to go too far into it, but one of the richest women reportedly in the U.S., which isn't really true. The people they advertise as the richest are mid-level. But I looked into who she was, found out that she was indeed one of the richest women in the country, you know, owned a defense company. I mean, the list goes on. And she said, this was 3.5 years ago, she said within 4 years, there will not be, she said within 3 to 4 years, there will not be a United States. And I said, what does that mean? And and you know, maybe she got spooked. Maybe you know, she got scared, but she was running off to the Cook Islands and leaving. And then I saw the news articles after that about elites and rich leaving and, you know, the Bushes and everybody moving to South America and all the rest of it. And a lot of the richest Jews in Israel are leaving Israel, by the way, and going to London for some reason. And so what you're saying is, I mean, having to have your own medical care at home, that sounds like Road Warrior level collapse or something.